everyone, it's TJ with No Time Nails, and I thought I would take a moment to explain the different collections that we carry. We carry everything from the everyday collection all the way up to our semi-cure gel strips. All of these will apply in the exact same manner. So you're going to prepare your nail bed, you're going to make sure that you're going to check it for sizes, you're going to clean your nails, figure out which size works best, apply them, push them down with a soft tip cuticle pusher, and then file off the excess. Very, very simple. The only difference is with the semi-cure gel strips, you will need to use a UV light to cure them. Everything else, you're good to go at that point. You can apply a top coat, you don't have to. You're gonna certainly get more longer longevity, and you're gonna be able to protect your finish better, but you don't have to. So starting with the everyday collection, these come with 14. They have one clear plastic strip that goes across the top of them. I'm gonna remove that so we don't get the glare. So these come with 14 strips. You can see here that they're a little bit more of an oval strip. You're gonna have a little bit more tapered at the top versus the bottom, a little wider at the bottom. If you have wider nail beds, this nail shape tends to work really well for you. If you have curvy nail beds, this shape also tends to work very well for you. So a great size range. These actually work very, very well for me. I find them to be a little harder to work with, especially if you're a beginner. One, because of sizing, it's a little harder to tell because they're on the white backing. A little harder to tell which size works best for you. The other reason is because they are very thin. So these are for sure the thinnest, but the most likely to tear. So they're very, very thin. Hopefully you can kind of see that, and I'll show you in comparison in just a moment. And the problem with the thinness is actually, now I love the thinness once I get them on, and I really enjoy this line. But if you're new to them and you need to sort of position and then pick it up to reposition, you might have a tear. So these are really great once you're experienced. I don't recommend them for beginners because I find them a little bit harder to work with, both for sizing and for positioning. Once you get really good at positioning, I feel like they are a really great option. Lots of fun choices, lots of great styles in this line. The next step is the weekly collection. Now these are made from the same manufacturer with pretty much the same formula. The only difference is these are a little thicker. So they do have this, they are on a white paper backing, but it's cut with the strip. So sizing is a lot easier to choose your sizes because you can literally physically put it up to the wrap, put the wrap on your nail to decide your size. You do have to peel the clear plastic strip off of each strip. They're individually, but then you're going to choose the size that works best for you. So these peel up nicely. They've got a really great feel to them. They're a little thicker than the everyday collection. They've got a great smooth finish. They've got some great durability, but they've also got a little bit more they're a little bit more sturdy, right? So when you go to position it, if you need a reposition, they can typically handle that. Now, of course, once you've got it down and you've filed it off and you've allowed it time for it to cure, it's not going to just come up super easily unless you've soaked it in, some coconut oil, or you're removing with nail polish remover, which is what I recommend for all of these. So for comparison, let me grab this one. See if you can kind of tell the thickness on these. So these are definitely a little bit more sturdy. These are a lot thinner, a lot thinner. So as far as I enjoy both of them, but I've been applying them for a long time, so I don't have any problems with application or sizing. And so I enjoy me some everyday line. But certainly I always recommend, if you're new to wraps, to try either the weekly collection or the luxury collection to begin with, because those tend to have a little bit more stability to them if you need to reposition or play around with sizing. Certainly the weekly collection we have the largest collection of, and lots of great designs and styles and finishes, and we've got a lot of customs from this collection that you will enjoy. So these are great fun, and I would typically say about 5 to 10 days. I often wear a top coat with them. Again, you're going to want to make sure you've chosen a quality top coat, one that we recommend, or one that you've tried in the past, or you've tested it out and it works for you. But these are a really great option, and that is our weekly collection. For those asking, this is the solid rose is the color. This is just a solid rose, and this is Shades of Rose from the everyday collection. You can tell I'm a little drawn to that color because I'm also wearing that right now. So the next step up from that, as far as price point goes, is the luxury collection. Now, both the luxury collection and the weekly collection come with 16. The luxury collection, most of them come with 16. You will find some that have 12 or 18 in our collection, depending on what I have traded with other sellers as far as customs and things like that. But most of them are going to be in the 16 count. They come with one big clear plastic strip, and at first glance they do look a lot like the Everyday collection. They're actually made by different manufacturer, but they do have similar sizes, right? So a different shape, or similar shape as far as the smaller tapered at the top, wider at the bottom. This is going to have a slightly wider than the weekly collection. So if you've got wide nail beds, these work really well for you. But it comes with 16. I've got pretty average nail beds and I enjoy these. My nail beds do tend to be a little bit more straight, so the weekly collection tends to work better for me, but I do also do really well with the luxury collection. This is what I love about the luxury collection. The luxury collection, now most of them are going to be a really pretty pearl or satin finish. So they've got just a gorgeous, beautiful shine. They're also very thin, but also very durable. So they just lay on your nail, they just melt on your nail is what I say. They literally just, it's like smooth melted butter just pouring over your nail, and they just conform beautifully, and they've got this great finish, but they're also super, pretty thin, but also really, really durable. They're good and sturdy, so you can reposition them just fine. And they're just got some great stretch and great durability and great shine. And I would say easily I've had people wear them up to 2 weeks. Now I tend to wear them for about a week, but this is the luxury collection. So again, pretty similar. I'll show you as far as thickness goes. I think they're thinner than the weekly collection, but again, they're going to have similar durability. They've got a beautiful shine. The limitations are, one, that they're on that white paper backing, so sizing can be challenging until you've had a chance to practice and know which one works best for you. But they are a lot of fun, and I really enjoy them. They also can handle the repositioning. They are shorter than the weekly, so if you've got, if you don't have super short nails, you're going to have a harder time maybe positioning, one strip on 2 nails. It's certainly possible, especially if you've got shorter nails. A lot of ladies like to use these for a matching mani-pedi. They might use these on their toes and cut these down for their toes and use the rest of these for their hands. Whatever you would like to do, but this is our luxury collection. A lot of fun, a lot of great sizes, a lot of great styles. And if you've got the wider, more curvy nail beds, these work really well for you. And again, at least 10 days typically, especially if you got a good quality top coat to help protect that finish. They're going to stick just fine for probably a good 2 weeks, but you might want to put a top coat on just to help protect the outer finish, especially if you're like me and you use your nails as a tool. So that is, and this is actually called Romance. This is a custom from our luxury collection, a custom designed one. So that is that. You will not find very many glitters in that selection. They will almost always be all the same style or all the same finish, and there'll be a pearl or satin finish in that. We have a handful of glitters, and if you find a glitter, it's going to be all glitter, not likely to have a mixed mani in one set like you would find with the weekly collection. But that is that, and that's from a different manufacturer, but we love them and certainly have a place for them in our shop. The last one is our new ones that we just added, and these are semi-cure gel strips. This is actually the faint pink gel that I'm showing you. It comes with 20 strips. I'm wearing the rosewood from that same collection. So these come with 20. Again, they kind of have a little bit of an oval or a teardrop shape. They're actually, it doesn't seem like they're very long, but they certainly are long, and you could potentially, depending on the length of your nails, get 2 on 1. Certainly you could do a matching mani-pedi, and you can also have quite a bit of extra for a mixed mani at another time. What I'm enjoying about these is, one, several of these fit my middle 3 fingers, which is really great. I really like having that option. And the other thing is that sizing is really easy because the backing is clear, so it's very, very easy to tell which one works best for you. So these are the thickest. So they are going to have a clear plastic over just each individual one. And then you're going to, again, application is the same as any other. And you're just going to peel that up off the backing. Now, these are without a doubt thick. They are thicker than any other, and I find them to be a little bit more challenging to file off. So I typically use some nail scissors to sort of trim them, and that way I have less to file off. But compared to the Weekly, which is our thickest up until now, these are definitely quite a bit thicker than the Weekly. They do still have the great stretch, great durability. They are soft and pliable. In fact, if you were to press down in here, that would leave an imprint, because these are like, I mean, it's nail polish, gel nail polish that's just not completely cured. So it's going to be nice and soft, but you could definitely like leave an imprint of your nail in there if you were to poke on it. So I am really careful when I'm pressing down with my soft tip cuticle pusher to not leave an impression until after I've cured them. So they're going to apply the same way. And then the only difference is after you filed off the excess, I'm going to set that down there, you're going to want to cure them with a UV light. So that's the only difference. Now, after you've done that, you can wear these, I've heard, for a couple weeks. I tend to take them off after 2 weeks, and just so I can kind of touch base on my natural health and take care of my cuticles, shape everything up, and go back to the next set. So a lot of different options with these. For me, I actually am wearing a set underneath, and then I might decide that I'm pretty bored with rosewood after a few days, and I might decide to apply one of these strips over the top. So I'm actually choosing to put this one maybe over the top of it, and I would then file off the excess, and then I would have that as a nice base, because the semi-cured gels make me feel like I've got acrylics. They're just thick enough that it makes me feel like I've got some acrylics on without actually having to damage my nails through the process. So they're really thick, they're really sturdy, and they've got a great feel to them. So I've been enjoying wearing them over my natural nails and then wearing whatever I want to wear on top. I've also heard of others using these. We have a clear set of this, and they're using that as a top coat. So a lot of great choices, and I hope you check out the shop. We've got everything from the everyday collection all the way up to our semi-cured gel nail strips, so that you can find the price point and the quality that you're looking for in your nail wraps, as well as sizing. So if you have any questions about any of that, I've talked pretty fast. Please reach out to me, and I can help you out with any questions you may have. Thank you for joining me today.